The war going on, the books can't escape from the team. Call the morning steam, it's time to break one for cover. That's gonna cover. Call the morning steam, it's time to break one for cover. That's gonna cover. That's gonna cash. Then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice or might play a parlay. It's the morning steam. What? Ramon Scott. Sports money. What? Wake your ass up and let's get to the money. Get to the money. You know how we do it.
All right, a pleasant good morning to you coming from the sports betting capital of the world, Las Vegas. This is Ramon Scott, and welcome to the Morning Steam Show here for Sunday, September 7th. I'm ready to go. Hope you are ready too for our first day of Sunday NFL betting here. We'll also have some Major League Baseball and talk a little sports here after yesterday's coverage of UFC Paris here on the Sports Money Network. Hope you guys enjoyed the live coverage with the guys. I had to check out of there yesterday. Apologies to everyone if you were there to see me. Probably not, but I couldn't hang there on the stream last night. Some things came up, and hopefully be able to join the guys tonight here on the network for the coverage this evening of the Sunday night NFL game here on the Sports Money Network. So thank you for joining me here this morning. Let's get ready for the action here today and get you ready for your NFL betting card, and hope everybody's ready to go here for our coverage today here on the Sports Money Network and with, of course, the NFL. But man, what a day yesterday of college football as well, and the UFC. My UFC I want to just recap there because I couldn't get all of my bets on the air or get all my plays on the air. Hopefully we're able to get those subscriptions in there. That wasn't by design, but didn't really click for me there yesterday, losing both the co-main and the main event. I had Barrio there last night, but I did have Bukauskas, I had Mason Jones, I had Gomes there yesterday on that main card, and also a few winners on the early card, but wasn't probably a great day there for me again here in the UFC. So hopefully they didn't miss me too much there on the show yesterday. I did have Omar Sy there yesterday, and Fernandez too. That was a good one from the guys. I had Patterson and I had Sam Hughes open up that card. I was there for that one there yesterday. But man, what a day in college football with some of those games. And how about that no-hitter last night from the Dodgers? What a great what? Yamamoto didn't throw a no. You know what? If Yamamoto would have had Rafaela catch that ball like it should have been caught with the Red Sox star in his game, making that incredible catch in the outfield, that he would have got that no-hitter. But Andy Pages chose a safe route. And I don't know, maybe he wouldn't have caught that one, but I would have caught that one. I'd have caught that one tomorrow. Thanks for joining me here. I want to say hello to folks along the way here and get ready to go. A lot of comments here in the chat. Really appreciate everyone stopping by, and let's see who we got. I've got Damon here ready to go. Thank you for being here today. We've got Nuke Worker here ready to go yesterday. Hey, I had a rough one there for me in the CFL there yesterday. I think I missed Nuke yesterday morning. Jim Deweiger is here. Everyone smash the like button, like this video, and subscribe to our channel, Sports Money, here on YouTube. Fastest growing sports betting channel on YouTube. And we've got Jimmy here today as well. And Jimbo, you got Irish King. Yeah, we got NFL. We got to go, man. We got to get talking NFL football here today. Mr. Tomato, it's always good to, when he's around, must be football season here. James Parm is here today as well. Mr. Tomato says, take the parlay here, Steelers and Patriots. Bucks first half money line. Best of luck. Thank you. And hey, hello to Mike here as well. Man, how about South Florida yesterday? VAR is here, but look, Mike says, how about South Florida here yesterday. Man, how about South Florida? Hey, if you pay a team $500,000 to show up and play you, you're not supposed to lose to that team. So not only did South Florida upset the Gators, but they got paid $500,000 to do it. It's USF kicked a 20-yard field goal at the gun for the win. Not only is the Bulls beat Florida, but they beat Boise as well, and Florida beat themselves with 11 penalties in that game. We Do is here as well. Nice to have We Do here. Nasty Nate had a big day there on the UFC card. And let's see here. So Mike is here. Look, everybody. Oh, my gosh. Great to have Mike talking about it there with some of his numbers. Remember? Nasty Nate said, oh, man, the rough one there in the NFL there. Swerve is here. Thank you. Nice to have you. David Wallace as well. All right. It's going to be it for now, and I'll get ready to roll here on some of the coverage, though, yesterday. I do want to recap a little bit, just because I couldn't be with you guys yesterday. Man, really apologize for that. I just had some issues here yesterday, so let me get going with you guys and cover a little bit of college football that I'm interested in and from yesterday, trying to find some of the winners that I had here on the card. And also talk about some of the great games like Iowa State over Iowa there. Iowa State got the win there with a 50-yard field goal with under 2 minutes to go, and Iowa had been dominating the series. Iowa State got the win. Iowa may have gotten the money for most, plus 3.5. Only 450 or 60 yards in that game, but was Iowa State getting the win. But Iowa may have gotten the money at plus 3.5, or maybe got to push it plus 3. Baylor and SMU, how about that one with a big win there for Baylor? We had them on the show here yesterday. What a wild one that was, 48-45. How about Robertson, 440 yards passing for TDs. SMU led it late by 2 touchdowns, and Baylor came roaring back and gained 600 yards in the process. North Carolina State and Virginia. We had the winner here on the show yesterday with NC State laying the points. They won it by 4 with Bailey, a couple hundred yards, a TD pass. Cavs led at halftime by 10, and NC State was able to rally back there yesterday despite just going 1 of 7 on 3rd down in the game. Thriller, Michigan State and Boston College, 42-40 before Michigan State winning that one. Could you believe it? Had gone to overtime, and the 2-pointers there. And Childs had 4 touchdown passes. BC led that one by a touchdown in overtime. Boston College did have 400 yards passing, but it was a day of upsets, certainly. Other than that, Army stunned Kansas. Were 17-point dogs. Missouri State over Marshall as a touchdown or so dog. Jacksonville State wins as a dog, and Texas State beat Texas San Antonio. Late night, if you missed it, man, good one here. Fresno State wins over Oregon State. They kicked the game-winning field goal there. Late, Fresno drove 44 yards. The Bulldogs scored on a pick 6 on the last play of the game. That's why they won it by 9 points and not just 2 there on the end of the game. So Oregon State quarterback Murphy did have 371 yards passing. The big game was Oklahoma over Michigan, 24-13. Sooners led at halftime, 14-0. Talked about that one here, obviously, on the show yesterday as one of the preview games. We did have the Oklahoma Sooners as our pick here on the show yesterday, laying those points, and they got it done. Syracuse over Connecticut, 27-20. Connecticut, another comeback. It went overtime. Connecticut led at halftime. UConn tied the game with 1 second left despite Angeli, and then he ended up with 400 yards passing in the game. Big upset almost happened. Clemson beat Troy 27-16. The Trojans led at halftime, but Clemson they struggled there a little bit on the ground, and Troy, though, shot themselves in the foot with penalties, and Clemson got away with a win. Also, UNLV here in Vegas, they beat UCLA 30-23. They led 23-3 at halftime. Really wasn't close. It felt like Bruins did get it down late. They were down at the 25-yard line in the last minute, but then threw an interception. It gave up UNLV every time in the game. And the game featured 250 yards in penalties. Pitching change here coming in right. Is this right now? In the baseball game today with Joey Wentz is going to be in there for Spencer Strider today for Atlanta. Looks like that information might be just coming out here. Maybe you guys had it before I did, but Wentz gets the start in that early game for the Braves against Atlanta. That's the first game we're preview on the baseball card, but just to get that note out there with Wentz getting the start here for the Braves. Okay, few more notes here, and we'll get going. I'm going to recap the baseball or anything there. Just want to say hello to a few more folks stepping in. I know we want to get going here yesterday. Bobby Mack loved the college card. Shannon Moore is here as well. And I think that's going to do it for the folks here in the chat today. So let's get started and also see who's clicking in with the algorithm here on YouTube, giving us a good start today. And that would be Nuke there, Mike as well, Jimbo, Nasty Nate, appreciate you, Mr. Tomatoes there, Shannon Moore, VAR, Swerve, D Money, and James Parm. All right, hey, you can get more picks from me here with my picks on winnable.com. I've got a high volume package available for plays in the NFL right now for the early action here. And you can get those over at winnable.com. When you use the promo code STEAM at checkout, you get my high volume plays here for just 50 cents a day. With extra content from me, hopefully going to give you a bunch of free winners here in just a moment. But you can get more plays from me over at winnable.com/Ramon. And also got some plays out there right now. We're trying to bring one home here in Eurobasket. We've got the under in Georgia and France, 152.5, I think it was, but it's going to be close. We're trying to bring one home here. And, man, how about the Italian Grand Prix? It's absolutely on fire right now. I mean, I'm just watching it here, trying to do this show, but, man, it does feel like we're having some – I know we're only in the first dozen-plus laps here now, but, man, it feels like we're having a really good race here currently, especially at the top, with Max and Lando going at it here. All right, Thomas, great to see you in the chat. Thank you very much for being here. Really appreciate seeing you today. Great to see you. And also, we got Andrew G in there and Nunya as well. All right, I think we got to get going here. And how about, let's see here. Doge says, ASU losing, go Wildcats, let's roll. And how about ASU losing to the Bulldogs, too? I think that's the other ASU I'm thinking of. Look, I know, you beat a ranked non-conference opponent for the first time since 1991, but is that really any reason to carry the goalposts out of the stadium? I don't know about that. I mean, I had Mississippi State in that game. It wasn't a big surprise to me, but well, I guess it was a surprise to them. So they really tried to stretch it there. I think Ken Mizrahi, nice to see you, and Thomas likes Georgia, or he had Georgia, I think. Oh, he has Georgia there against France in that Eurobasket. All right, let's see. I think that might be good. We got to get started here. College football, though, there are some nice winners here for sure, but kind of didn't get them all home, that's for sure, with the Win Club yesterday. But hopefully you caught my show there on the Nuke the House channel yesterday at 11:30 Eastern, 8:30 Pacific. We previewed some of those games. Had some nice winners over there on the show, including Baylor and SMU Illinois and Duke game to go over. We had it there. Kansas and Missouri over. We had there over on the Nuke House channel as well. Fresno State and Oregon State, a winner to the over. So check out that show, and I'll be on there again today at 11:30 Eastern, 8:30 Pacific, joined by Holden Kushner. We'll preview the NFL card, Nuke the House style. So join me on the Nuke the House channel. Here will be mostly a rehash, to be honest with you. There's a lot of plays, but we'll have some fresh content over there today, joined by the great Holden Kushner over there at Nuke the House. So also we had some high roller winners there with the over at Tony's Picks. We gave out Mississippi State there yesterday at home. We had that one as one of our high roller picks, and also BYU to roll last night as well as one of our high roller plays over there. So we had a pretty good card over there. We also had Missouri yesterday laying the points against Kansas. So I was struggling there a little bit with the super high rollers, but hopefully get it back going here today in the NFL. I don't want to keep up too much of your time, but we're ready to kind of roll here right now and just take a look at the National Football League there, shall we? I think for as far as the WNBA coverage today, because of the extensive card of baseball and football, please go to the Tony's Picks YouTube channel, where I'm do the 2-3 zone show with Justin McKelvey and Ron Crawford. We previewed the action there today in the WNBA. I know we've included on the show every time, but we are down to the end of the season here. And yeah, we do know that a couple teams are fighting for the last playoff spots, but it's getting a little dicey there, and we'll know our playoff field. We pretty much know it now. Looks like the Sparks will end up short, but check that out over the Tony's Picks YouTube channel, 2-3 zone show for the WNBA. If there is enough time, we'll certainly touch on the games. Okay, let's get going with National Football League coverage here today. I want to hear from you guys. Give me some of your great picks for the action today in the NFL. And let's start it off, shall we? Here with the Pittsburgh Steelers on the road, taking on the New York Jets today. And how about this, man? You couldn't have. Did they plan? They couldn't plan this. I think the schedule was already out, right? Or I don't know how it worked, but do know that, man, can you believe it? That Aaron Rodgers would come in here and be a not only playing at the Jets, but a 3-point favorite at the Jets today. You know, that stint with Rodgers with the Jets, it didn't work out. We know that, right? I mean, from the get-go, from the injury in the first game, but the 2 years ago to missing the action and then never really getting it together. For me, this is where I want Aaron Rodgers right now, somewhere in his career, right? Not with the Jets, where protecting quarterbacks, that ain't really a priority over there. They don't even know what they're doing in Jets land half the time. The Steelers, well, at least they know what they're doing. They have a purpose and a focus, even if they put themselves in a little bit of bind with a little bit of stale offense here and there. But look, the Steelers, we always said, I mean, especially after Ben left, you want to go back that far, right? If they could only get it together with a quarterback, and they have so many, not great players, but because of the way the Steelers are in general, the culture of Tomlin and way Steelers do business, they've been doing the same business, for the last 25 years. And they need someone who can guide it and win, and they don't have a functional quarterback. It can get a little bit wonky in Pittsburgh. So I think this is where you want a guy like Aaron Rodgers here. Pittsburgh knows how to kind of make the system work, and I think this is a way better spot for Aaron Rodgers. I would actually put a little bit of an up arrow on the Steelers this season. We'll see how it goes. Maybe he'll backfire. Maybe Aaron Rodgers. And hey, look, I mean, I'm soured on the guy half the time, anyways, with his goofy opinions and comments, right? But if they could just get it together here against a team like the Jets, look, I know Justin Fields can be, guide this team, but it doesn't feel like it's any great upgrade with this club here right now. I'm not impressed. I'm not impressed, to say the least here. I'm more impressed with what the Steelers might be doing here right now with Rodgers in here at quarterback. But let me hear from you guys in this game. I'm probably going to go to the total actually in this one, but I think you get the gist of how I feel a little bit about where these clubs stand coming into this one. I think Aaron Rodgers can have a pretty good game here today. Might come down to a battle of field goals, though, actually, and I might trust Boswell here to get it done. Whether or not they can get that money, I think they might, but let's see what you guys have here as we get started today with Pittsburgh taking on the Jets here in New York today. For Pittsburgh, they failed to cover in 4 of their last 5 games to close out the season. Of course, they closed on a losing streak as well, but the Jets aren't doing anything. They lost 11 of their last 14, went just 4-14 against the spread down the stretch. Pittsburgh has fared pretty well against the Jets in the last 25 plus years, going 13-7 against the spread. The last 20 games against them, 14 of the last 19 games have gone under. That's, these are over the last 25 years or so between these two clubs. Pittsburgh did go under in 5 of their last 6 to close out the season, but the Jets were going over in 6 of their last 7. So what do you think here? We'll go to the chat between these two today, Steelers and the Jets. Man, Pittsburgh opening on the road for the 10th time in 11 years. They have won and covered 4 of their last 5 season openers. Of course, the Jets were just 6-12 with Rodgers at the helm, 6-12 straight up with Rodgers at the helm. But Steelers are so good on these close games going back right now with Tomlin. The Steelers 25-12 against the spread when the spread is 3 points or less, and that's where they come in big time. Pittsburgh has gone under, and I mentioned they start on the road for the 10th time in 11 years. They've gone under in 11 of their last 12 road openers. So that's where we stand. It feels like kind of in this one, 5 of the last 7 meetings between the two have gone under. The Jets as a home dog, just 9-15 ATS in their last 24 in the roll. Jets are 1-5 straight up against the spread. Their last 6 season openers, they've gone under in 7 of their last 8 home openers. So Fields, of course, he was with the Steelers last year in kind of a swap. He did go 4-2 in 6 starts. Does that say more about Fields, or does that say more about the Steelers? And how will that kind of play into it? Here it's pit stop time. I kind of want to watch some pit stops here. So, and we'll see rookie coach here for the Jets as well. And rookie coaches in the NFL are also pretty much a dead under of late, 73%. With first-year coaches going under in their debut games. Jets are 7-15 against the spread in their last 23 when the spread is 3 points or less. All right, let's go to the chat here and see what you guys have in this one. Steelers and the Jets today. Like I said, I think Aaron Rodgers is my favorite player in this game here, although I will say that Fields, can really rely on the tight end. Pittsburgh, one of the areas they really struggle is guarding the tight end, but we'll see because it'll be Mason Taylor making his debut here, the 21-year-old rookie. I mean, he might have something to say about this. Let's watch for this exciting rookie tight end, Mason Taylor of the Jets today. All right, here we go, the chat. Thanks, everybody, for bearing with me here after yesterday. Man, I really flaked out on those guys, but some things came up and just I couldn't get back on the air yesterday. I was having some tough times here. Okay, let's take a look and see here. We've got Ibar is on the Steelers here in this one. J-May, nice to see you. Sports Money, my apologies to you and my brothers yesterday for leaving you guys hanging there on the stream. I hope to make it here with you guys here tonight. I promise there on that one, and looking forward to it. All right, Nunya is ready to go. He's going to be parlaying it up today. And James Parham likes Fields to go over in his completions here today. I'm neutral on Fields here, really. So, like I said, I think the guys I'm over on Rodgers, and I'm looking at the tight end of the Jets here. So Fields can get it to him under 38 here for J-Main, under for Irish King, Steelers for Jimmy. And I think the Jets are I thought the Jets were going to be more popular with cappers, but I hope I'm not on the popular side here, it feels like. Of Thomas says cold weather football. Yay, it's not exactly warm today, right? 67 degrees. A little bit of chance of rain to open the game up, but it'll warm up to the uh, uh, 70s. And yeah, you know what? I actually would prefer Rodgers in a modest condition like these rather than some real cold weather, if you know what I mean. Jim likes the under. Andrew likes the under. It's going to be a lot of unders, I would think. And how about then that strange nuke? How that this game is working out today? Doge says Steelers and under. And let's see here. Robert likes Steelers first half. I like the under in the first half, and I like under in the game. I'll just say it right now. It's my pick. I like under in the game. I like under in the first half though as well. No steam in the background there. We got the White Sox and the Tigers. Steam to the under here in this one with Martin and Morton. Wait a minute, is that right? Martin is facing Morton today, and under right now is taking the steam in that one with Chicago and Detroit here on the Morning Steam Show. So how about that? Got a little baseball steam coming in here. We're trying to get the football segment done. And let's see who else. So hopefully let's see there. Under here, lean there. I think we got a few more picks here, and hopefully we'll get it going, and I can speed it up. Like it, subscribe. Thank you, Thomas. Really nice to have you here on an NFL Sunday. D-Money is going under. Jose Sierra. It must be NFL Sunday. Nice to see Jose in there. Thomas likes the Steelers there. Jermaine says he likes Fields under in his rushing yards here. Thomas is on. Youngstown State. That first game I did shout you out, Thomas there. I know you weren't around, but all right. Nuke says the Jets will be teeing off here on Rodgers, but the Steelers know what they're doing too. Look at that. Oh my God. Are they? I don't know if they can get to 20 though. They might. All right. 0-21, same thing there, Jermaine, no problem. All right, I guess that's it. I'm on the under here, but also I'm going to put a little under first half, if that's okay, and give that out as my play. I'll take the under here in this one with Pittsburgh and the Jets. There are really some real numbers that really support the under in this game. Actually, some wild some wild numbers also. Mentioned all those under trends, but how about this one? The last 8 years, road favorites of Pittsburgh is a road favorite of less than 14 points. There's a few occasions there that did take this one out of that 2-16 to the under in the last 8 years, but only when they were favored on the road a couple of times by more than 14 points, and they went over because they were expected to go over. Not very often last 8 years, but every time. So I had to narrow it down, but 14 points or less the last 8 years, and the total is more than 37 points like it is here, 2-16 to the under there. So I got to go under here in this one. All right, next up. All right, the Dolphins are taking on the Colts here in this one with the Dolphins on the road. Is it a pick 'em still in this one? No, I'm seeing the Colts here now favored one. Maybe even starting to edge to 1.5, but there's still some pick'ems out there. I'll call it -1 though. I think the Colts have moved to the slightest of favorites here in the total, 46.5 for the Colts. And Tua Tagovailoa here. Look, Miami is pretty much a disaster. We know that, but not as awful as a situation as the Colts are in. They're going to be grieving this organization here right now, and if not restructuring a little bit, right? We saw that they would pass the torches, if you will, to the family, the Irsay family, but still, it was just a short time ago that the Colts lost their owner. I mean, no matter what you think about Mr. Irsay and the troubles that he had throughout his life, it is going to throw a little bit of a quirk into the situation here for the Colts. I don't think it's going to matter as much on the field, but it still is a little bit something to consider, especially a team that, has kind of screwed up their whole organization with the drafting of a quarterback that's just not going to work out. And then you're going to end up with Daniel Jones here. And I think Daniel Jones is probably the right choice for the Colts, but is it really the best choice in the long run? Not comparing him to Richardson. They just don't have options, and they've had to go to Daniel Jones, which, hey, this might actually be an okay situation for Jones, but the Colts are still so messed up. They're more messed up than the Dolphins. I'm still a backer of this Dolphins team, especially when you have Tua Tagovailoa as quarterback. For whatever reason, I mean, we wince every time the guy takes off running, but you know what? The W's kind of follow Tagovailoa around, especially in winnable games, right? The Dolphins are a team that they kind of beat the teams that they're supposed to beat. Maybe they don't when they're supposed to be a dog a little bit, but they still can pop up and beat you. And here they're a pick 'em against the Colts. I don't know. I mean, look, I still like McDaniel, okay? And I think I'm not going to be able to give up on him until they fire him. And then I still think he'll get picked up as a job. Don't want to hang out with the guy. Maybe that might be more fun, but I still think there's something to his methods there in Miami. So let's see, though, what you guys have in this one with Miami and Indianapolis here on Sunday. Miami's lost 8 of the last 10 games to Indianapolis, but the Colts have just went 1-5 in their last 6 to close out last season. Miami actually, closed pretty strong, winning 6 of their last 9 games, but they did go just 2-4 against the spread. So they're winning and not covering because sometimes for some reason they did end up as favorites, and maybe they shouldn't have been. Actually, Miami's gone under in 8 of their last 10 on the road. For the last 5 meetings between the two have gone under, but the Colts have gone over in 13 of their last 18 games at home and gone over in 4 of their last 5 overall, closing out last season. So let's see, though. Get ready to go in the chat. Dolphins and Colts. Dolphins won 4 of their last 5 season openers. They've gone 7-3 against spread their last 10 season openers. Tagovailoa is 38-25 as an NFL starter. For McDaniel, he's never won a playoff game, so there's still big questions. This feels like the year that he's got to get something done. I mean, he's only 3 games over 500, but would I take him here against the Colts? I might want to take him against the Colts here. Dolphins going on the road here, facing a Colts team that's 0-10-1 in their last 11 season openers. Yes, a majority of them were on the road, but there were some at home too. They have not won a season opener in 11 years, although they have split their last 6 home openers, if you know what I mean. Sometimes they start on the road, come back and win the game at home. Jones, 25-45 straight up as an NFL starter. That's 70 games, and he could not get that started right. I mean, basically 5 years of starts. And yeah, the Giants sucked a lot of the time, most of the time, but Jones wasn't any help, really. Under Steichen, the Colts have gone 12-6 against the spread in games of 3 points or less. So let's see what you guys have here in this one. I'm on the Dolphins before I even look at the chat. I'm taking the Dolphins here over the Colts on the road. It's going to be squeaky. May even come down to the wire, and we'll see. I'll get some players here, my up and down arrows here in this one. For Tua, I think he's going to be maybe looking to get Julian Hill, his tight end, involved here with Darren Waller ruled out. We'll see if Hill can step up here in this one. He'll be key there, and I don't know if Jones is going to be able to get things going, but he's going to have to rely on his tight end, Tyler Warren, here for sure. I'm not sure the points are going to come as many as we see here. What's that total? 47? 46.5. What, Daniel Jones going to go out there slinging it today? All right. Let's see what's going on in the chat. Irish King is going to start us off here, I think, with Miami on the money line. Bar likes Miami here. Colts with Danny Dimes, says Mike. Thomas is on the Colts. Arthur Wesley, good morning. Good to have you. Daniel Jones over in his completions. A lot of support here for Jones. Miami while they're healthy, right? I think that's the key there, Tariq. Does feel like sometimes their downfall's been some key players getting injured. We'll see, how remember, I mean, they've got they've got some really strong talent, right? With Achane and Hill and Waddle, right? These guys, pretty good. Nine Legacy says New York Jets on the money line and Dolphins on the money line. And National Tight Ends Day here today. I'm looking at those tight ends. I'm looking at them. SF Niner, I think, wants Danny Dimes today. And that's right, Andrew. Isn't it that the case? And it always happens, right? The Dolphins get on a roll, and then they play those good teams, and then they're kind of like, oh, the Dolphins are, a 1-point road favorite against a comparable team or something, and then they just lay an egg. Who's going to be the running back for the Dolphins today, right? I think Achane's ready to roll, right? No injury designation. I know there was some hustle and bustle, talking about him a little bit coming into this game, but I think he's got a clean bill of health here to get started. I mean, you've got an Achane here. He is probable. He had that calf injury, but I think he's ready to go today. I think it's going to be Achane for sure. I mean, he's always had those moments of brilliance, right, but never able to sustain it over weeks and weeks period. So he'll get the chance here for sure today, along with Ollie Gordon. And let's see here. Mike says maybe Danny is interception here. SF Niner says he does not trust Achane today with that calf injury, but I am showing him cleared to play. I'll look one more time here, make sure I didn't miss something this morning. I mean, it definitely heard a lot of talk about his situation here, but I'm showing him right now as of this report is a little bit old, but about a day old, but upgraded to probable a day ago with that calf injury. So let me know what else is. Let me know what you know on that, because Andrew says it'll be Ollie Gordon here today. So you guys are maybe I have maybe I've missed something here. I've been a little bit out of the loop actually in the last 24 hours here. Bobby Mack says he's like the Colts here. And boy, look at this high-scoring game. SF Diner's got some plays in there. Thomas says it's a pick-em. And Colts money line here for Public Enemy. And Lee Mathis here today as well. Twisted, liking the Colts to get it done. Here's Real Madrid Doge on the Dolphins. SF Diner says Dolphins have no D here against this Colts team. Okay, and Nuke is on the Dolphins with me as well. And Mike says he loves that receiver combo with Hill and with Waddle. Miami money line for D-Money. I think we're ready to go here. Okay. All right. Yeah, me too, SF Niner. Man, I was getting mad there, but okay. Let's move on to the next one here. We're going to preview them all, even if they're not great games. We don't know who it's going to be great. Maybe it'll be the Panthers and the Jaguars in the Super Bowl. But this year, have a cat fight in this one with Panthers on the road against the Jags. And the Jags here for, they're even up to 4.5 right now. Look, it's getting kind of high, no matter what how you want to look at it. With these Jaguars, there's a lot of momentum around the Jaguars here this season. Maybe that this passing game will maybe be able to finally ramp it up with a little bit of change in the coaching staff here. But still got to get it done a little bit on the field, and we'll see what happens today when the Jags come in there. But, one thing that the Jaguars, we might talk about that passing game, but hey, against Carolina, you got to run. You got to run. I mean, they probably the worst. I feel like one of the worst rushing defenses coming into the season. Same with Jacksonville, but We'll see. So it's just that with the Jaguars, ATN, he's not able to really carry a full-time load, but you do have Tank Bigsby as well. So it's becoming a split backfield for the Jaguars here right now this season, and they should have success against Carolina. And also, I think on tight ends day here, Brenton Strange is a guy you got to look to today for the Jaguars. Now, the Panthers can run it too with Chuba Hubbard, that's for sure. They can get it going, and they're going to try to kind of run him dry, I think was the quote for the Panthers this season. But look, with Bryce Young in there, we'll see how this one goes today. Total right now, what is it, 46? It's going down here, at least a 46 right now. And like I said, I'm starting to see some 4.5s out there with the Panthers and the Jaguars. All right, let's take a look at some of these numbers for these two teams here coming into this one with Panthers and the Jaguars here today. For Carolina, they have still lost 15 of their last 20 games overall back in last year and a half, but they did go 7-2 against the spread their last 9. Jacksonville, meanwhile, lost 8 of their last 10 on the field straight up, or their last 5 at home. So Carolina went over in 6 of their last 7 to close out last year. And like I said, supposed to have an improved offense here, but you got to see it first, it feels like, when you're talking about Carolina, when you're talking about the Jacksonville Jaguars and Trevor Lawrence here. Of the last 4 years, though, the Panthers is a road underdog, just 11-20 against the spread. They're also 1-5 against the spread straight up and against the spread their last 6 season openers. They're also 7-13 against the spread against AFC opponents. Last year, just 5-12 for the Panthers straight up, and Young is just 6-22 in his career as a starter. For the also for the Jags here, they've gone 4-10 against the spread their last 14 as a home favorite. Also, Jacksonville just 3-10 against the spread in their home opener. Last 4 home openers have gone under for Jacksonville. Lawrence, he's not exactly a winner either, 23-39 straight up. So we'll see with Liam Cohen here, supposed to be kind of a dynamo here in the coaching ranks, and can he get this Jacksonville offense to where maybe people think it was supposed to be here. All right. Funny how both these head coaches, you got Canales with Carolina. He was the offensive coordinator for the Buccaneers. And you have Liam Cohen. He was the offensive coordinator for the Buccaneers. So does that factor into the defense, maybe, of knowing what the schemes? I know they're different coaches, but let's see what you got here in this one. Everybody in the chat, thank you for joining me and bringing these picks home here today with Carolina and Jacksonville. Let me just scroll back. There's so much here from you guys. Thank you. Panthers 4 and a bar there. And Sports Money says he's going to hammer the Niners here, I think he says. No, Imavov. He was talking about Imavov in that main event there yesterday. Thomas was on Carolina in this one. All right. Big B for an anytime touchdown there. Mike is going under in this one. Panthers first half here, looks like, for Jermaine.
Notice.
And let's see here. Doe says Panthers here right now. And Panthers are bad every year. Okay, Mike said, look, remember, and I was on there. Mike says we had all those finishes. I got on there on the show. I said, I'm going to predict almost every fight goes to a decision. No wonder they kicked me off the – no, that wasn't what happened. All right, let's see here. Panthers so far done without Thielen. Carolina money line here for 9 Legacy. And Thomas Lewis. But yeah, important story here, I guess I could have mentioned for sure, right? They were expecting we're expecting to see Travis Hunter out there for the Jaguars. He's got under in his receiving yards, and we'll see. I mean, look, when you got a guy like Brian Thomas on the other side, I mean, you might get freed up for a little something. Again, I think Lawrence can have a pretty strong day if these wide receivers come through. That'd be my worry there a little bit. But, yeah, Terrell, could it be there today? Look at this. Mike says 20-17. SF Niner likes Hunter over in his receptions. Robert likes the Panthers here. Spreads get a little high, I think is what he's saying there. And Tariq said he got to lay a field goal, went to the well early, right? I mean, this is just a lot of momentum in this spread. It feels like a little bit hard to swallow. And I would think that, man, I have Jacksonville as my pick, but, man, it's just been going up and up and up here. So that's probably why it's going to just be my free pick. All right. Cash gains on the over here. And let's see here. Okay, and Chuba, anytime TD for Robert. All right, I'm still going to go with Jacksonville. I'll even call it 4.5 here. I feel like it's really it's the NFL, so you can pardon my hesitance a little bit there as far as, I'm still taking the Jags here. The Panthers are so bad on the road. Jaguars should be improved, and we'll see. Like I said, I think if the Panthers can run the ball effectively and not turn it over, cliche number 1 and 2, that'll be fine. But you got to run the ball against Jacksonville and vice versa. Jacksonville can easily set up the run here big time with that Etienne and Bigsby combo. Irish King likes the Jags. Hopefully we're having a great time here on the Morning Steam Show, and let's get going with the Giants and the Commanders. Boy, the Giants are popular, it feels like, at the window this morning against the Commanders. But it's a lot of points, and a lot of people are, kind of ready to pull back just a little bit on the Commanders from last season. I don't think I am. I mean, I'm a big Jade Daniels fan, but this isn't an easy spot necessarily going up against the Giants, to be honest with you. The Giants certainly had their shortcomings over here the last couple of years for sure, but they do harass the quarterback a little bit or make things difficult, let's just say, not just in the rush, but in the schemes. Quarterbacks have had some trouble when the Giants have been effective anyway, but I think the same holds true for the Commanders' defense against Wilson. I think they could actually shut down Wilson here. I think the Commanders' defense can easily take care of this passing game. Now, they don't do well on the run. The Giants should look to run the football with this exciting back that we saw last year break out late in the season with Tyrone Tracy. There, I think, you've got to run the ball against this Commanders team. And the same holds true. I mean, the Giants are not very good against the run, but can the combo of Austin Eckler, and I thought he had, they said a little bit of Nick, but he's primed for a lot of carries, and also Grosky Merritt, who we saw in preseason, looked pretty interesting there. So I think the running game for the Commanders can go off too. I think both backfields are the strong points in this game, but I think with Russ, I don't think Russ is going to be cooking. Not with now. Look, Neighbors is great. I know he was the high draft pick and everything. He's cleared to play in this game. I love him too. We all love Neighbors, but this is kind of the Commanders' thing, right? You've got to be able to assure that Wan'Dale Robinson, when you've got him as kind of the counter, and Darius Slayton, I think we're in the same boat here with Russ, and I think this is not a great situation for the Giants. Maybe Russ will find his way here again with another team, but I don't like their chances today here necessarily against the Commanders. Let's see how you have it today here in this one with the Giants and the Commanders. Like I said, I know the Giants are popular. It might be because of that whole, because of the 6 points. Or I don't know, are people picking the Giants to win this game? I know they are the some people are willing to take the people who are willing to take a big underdog, like in a Survivor, to try to eliminate half the field in one fell swoop because the Commanders are a 6-point favorite. But anyways, the Giants in the last 8 years are 1-7 straight up and against the spread in Week 1 games. You have Wilson. We know he's an all-time winner, but still just 23-32 in the last 4 years with this. When he's been trying to find himself on these teams a little bit. Dable just 19-33 straight up as a head coach right now. Washington 12-5, of course. Last year they set the league ablaze a little bit with their new quarterback with Daniels. So Dan Quinn, not only 60-50 in his career, he has won playoff games, but the Commanders here have struggled a little bit covering numbers against the division rivals. Commanders also just 1-5-1 against the spread in their last 6 games as a Week 1 favorite, but that hasn't really been that frequent over the last, 10. It might be 15 or 20 years, actually. I shouldn't even wrote that one down. Giants have been 7-2-1 against straight up and against the spread against Washington. When they cover, they usually win, and the Giants have gone 5-2 straight up and 6-1 against the spread in their last 7 trips to Washington. But again, that was maybe before Washington has kind of taken a step up here, it feels like, right? So let's go to the chat and see what you have today in this one between the Giants and the Commanders. Man, you guys are hot in the chat here. I got to scroll all the way back. Thank you for joining me. Got over 100 of you with me today. And, man, we're getting exciting here. Last 7 laps of this race. I'm trying to read you my script, but I keep looking at this great race here with Norris and Verstappen here with some laps running down. Okay, here we go. Giants and Commanders. All right, let's see here. Weedu's ready for baseball today. He's not ready for any football. Baseball is where it's at. Let's see here. Giants are live today. Here's Zach Ertz on tight end day. I'm a little bit down on Ertz. I'm a little bit down on the tight end game today for the Commanders, but I'm sure he'll still get some touches. I think that's I'm a little concerned about the Commanders' passing game a little bit. Not that they won't have success, but maybe not just quite on par. But again, I think they can run all over the Giants. As long as they get the run game going, they'll be live in the pass. Giants are live here. Sprinkle the money line for the Giants here. And Tariq says Giants always play those Commanders tough. And here's Robert likes the under. Nuke's going to take that big touchdown as well. And Twisted said Giants gave them, they always give them, even last year, right, when we said maybe it's just the right matchup for the Giants, huh? They always play them tough. Irish King's ready to go with them here a little bit. And let's see here. Mr. Tomato, I think, he's liking Wilson to get it done. SF Niner says the Giants were the plus the points were the popular pick there. Let's see here in the millions, right? SF Niner, because the millions is a straight up contest. All right, Russ is an upgrade from Danny Dimes. Yeah, maybe he is, but man. Nuke says everyone loves the Commanders. That's so interesting because in my world, everyone loves the Giants. But again, I maybe I'm on the square side, and I'm looking at all the handicappers and experts are on the Giants that I'm seeing, and I'm like, oh, I want to be on the Commanders then. But maybe the Commanders are the square side because they're laying 6 points. I get it. I didn't know that. I really thought that everyone, like when I look at I hang out in some of those forums where you see all the top handicappers and their plays and stuff. Not me. I'm not in there because I'm not a top capper. But when I see the big names there, the Giants are just overwhelming today from I'll call them touts, professional handicappers, pick sellers. All right. Let's see. The weather is not great on the East Coast. It's a nice day in Washington today, though. Temperature in the 70s, partly cloudy to start. Commanders here for VAR. And Jermaine likes the Giants. SF Niner says the Raiders today. And lineup. I think that might be it for you guys in the chat here. I want to say hello to Real Madrid Doge. He's got us cooking here a little bit. Giants here for Damon. Doge, thank you very much for the dono there to the Sports Money Network. Young Native Tino's here. Gerardo's here as well. Thank you, Gerardo. And Nine Legacy says, take the Commanders here today. Thomas says, hey, you got a division game. You got to take these underdogs in the division games today. And let's see here. Is that it from the crew? Public's on the Commanders, says Nuke. Yes, yep. And I'm going to take the under, though, in this game, actually. I'll give you the under here with the Giants and the Commanders today. All right. I got to keep it going here. Next up, hopefully we're doing a good job here. It's taking kind of a long time. That's what it is in the NFL. I'm even trying to talk fast. But, hey, you got speaking of division dogs, division game here, Bengals and the Browns here in this one. And, hey, Bengals are a pretty modest favorite. Man, the Browns must be – this is Bengals-Browns. I mean, come on. What's going on here? Okay, so the Bengals are starting off healthy. They got Joe Burrow in here in Cleveland. Yeah, they were fizzling there last year at the end of the year, so I get it. But, hey, maybe things can change here a little bit for Cleveland. I mean, come on. They got Joe Flacco in there. That's the man you want in there between all these quarterbacks here at this point. Joe Flacco, you give them the quarterbacks that they got, the 6 quarterbacks that they had to start the preseason. This is the one that you wanted in there to take the snaps, whether or not he's any good for you or good for the team. Nope, this is the guy that's starting, and I don't know, kind of okay with it. Bengals here have one. They come in here a little bit on a roll for sure into the season from last year. Didn't quite make it to the postseason, but they were winning games. They almost got there. The Bengals 4-1 against the spread in their last 5, and those wins last year. Cincinnati 4-1 against the spread against Cleveland. Cincinnati's gone over in 7 of those last 10 games. Cleveland closed with a thump. 6 straight losses straight up, 6 straight losses against the spread last year, and things were just spiraling out of control for the Browns. They've gone under in 4 of their last 5 coming in. 4 of the last 5 meetings between these two teams have gone under, and look at that total hanging up there at 5 and total 48. Here right now. Let's go to the chat and see what you guys have in this one. Bengals taking on the Browns. Do you have a home dog here to open the season? And it's a tough one to maybe want to get behind, but let's see what you guys have in the matchup. For the Bengals, they are 14-7 against the spread as a road favorite last 21. And Bengals last 6 years, they've lost the opening game 5 times. For Burrow here, comes in 43-32 straight up as a starter. The Bengals are a very opportunistic team. They do force turnovers at a pretty impressive clip, the way they play their defense. For the Browns, they are 7-2 against the spread in division home games over the last couple of years. Flacco certainly is a winning NFL quarterback, but it's just 7-14 in just 21 starts since the pandemic. And the Browns, they are pretty much the opposite of what the Bengals are in the turnover department. And they give it away now. Browns have gone over in 5 of their last 6 home openers coming in. Bengals just 1-6 straight up, but 3-1 against the spread their last 7 trips to Cleveland, but they're favored here. All right, let's go to the chat and see what you guys have in this one with the Bengals taking on the Browns. Big division game here today to start the season. here we go. All right, Thomas says you got to know. Thomas is on the Cleveland Browns. Cash Cane. Cleveland Browns. Bengals, though, for Niner. And Cincinnati here for Irish King. Bengals struggle in the early season, maybe. Thomas says, and he's a kind of a Cleveland whisperer. He says it'll be Sanders. The returns weren't good, though, from Sanders. I was higher on Sanders than most. A lot of people probably trying to spell the demise. I said, no, I like Sanders, but it didn't look that great. Bengals here for Twisted. And let's see here. Burrow going to tear up these Browns today. NYC Bar likes the Bengals here. Mr. Tomatoes first half and full game. Remember the Bengals crushed everybody's hopes and dreams last year. How about Higgins to get a TD? Let me look at my players today in this game and see where I think it's going to come from, because I think the situation where both quarterbacks are just fine, but I'm kind of worried about these receivers that Flacco has here. I think the Bengals have great depth, but I'm just more inclined to still want to take a home dog. Flacco will sling it here. Bobby Mack says, give me the points in this one. And Browns team total over here for Terrell against the Bengal defense today. Tariq says Flacco still got some mileage left. Thomas says it'll be a close one. They'll get the money. Nuke says, don't forget, the Bengals, their defense running around like the old, remember they have the game where you put the little men and turn on the electricity and they run in a circle? That's kind of like what the Bengals look like sometimes. Okay, it's SF Niner. Some prop action here with Mason to get the TDs there. Bengals team total over for Ray. All right. Burrow under an interception there. Twisted says Sanders. You know what? And I think the benefit there, right, Twisted, is Sanders gets to watch for a little bit. Hopefully. All right. Bengals and Browns here today. Man, I got to make my call here in this one. And for me, I'm going to try the under in this one with the Bengals and the Browns. And Dougie Wise, hello. We're going to keep going right now here on the morning steam, man. We're clicking. We do have a little bit of movement here. We mentioned that pitching change in the game between Seattle and Atlanta today, and the total's moving higher here right now. In fact, man, we're seeing 10s with Castillo and Wentz today. The total's moved to 10 here, 9.5 over in a lot of books, but steam to the over right now with Castillo and Wentz. In baseball today, we're going to be just going with the plays. No analysis, I don't think. Not when we're paying so much attention to the football today. We love our football, don't we? All right, next up, the Raiders are on the road, taking on the Patriots in this one. I remember the famous game in the snow with the Raiders at the Patriots. It'll be a fine day out there, I'm sure, even with the you guys talking about the weather a little bit. It is expected to have have some rain in this game for sure. I think throughout the game, 50% chance of rain. So I think we'll see some showers there for sure when this one's going down today. But Patriots are favored here against the Raiders. And, I don't know. Raiders come in with a hot new running back, but they're still the same old Raiders, it feels like. But Patriots aren't able to beat anybody, and they're not beating anybody for years here. So what's going to happen today when the Raiders take on these Patriots here in New England? The Raiders, they won 2 of their last 13 games to close out last season. They've won just 3 of their last 16 games on the road, but Patriots lost 6 of their last 7 to close out last season. Raiders have actually lost 6 of the last 8 meetings to New England overall. Raiders have gone under in 5 of their last 6 games, but the Patriots went over in 6 of their last 7, including going over in 6 straight. So what's going to happen, when you got The Raiders coming in here, they are 21-16 in their last 37 as a road underdog. They're also 7-3 in their last 10 here in road openers. The Raiders are 10-5-1 against the spread in games with a spread of 3 points or less. We're looking at here certainly for Coach Carroll here making his debut. He coached in New England, remember, a long time ago. And they show those highlights of him. It looks the same. Patriots have lost 3 of their last 4 season openers. They're also 0-4 against the spread, 0-3-1 ATS in their last 4 home openers. Patriots have gone 8-16 in their last 27 games of 3 points or less, kind of opposite of what we see from the Raiders. Drake May is 3-9 so far in his career, but you have Vrabel in here, and that's supposed to be a good thing here for the Patriots coming in. So it's been a tough place for the Patriots to play. And, well, who's Tom Brady rooting for? Don't think it's the Patriots. He's a part owner of the Raiders, so kind of interesting there, too. All right, let's go to the chat here right now. In this one, we see Norris celebrating there, getting lifted up after a thrilling race here today. All right, let me get to the chat here and see what's going on. Patriots and Raiders. Okay, here we go. Let's see if I can find the beginning. Hi, Philly Eagle Flyer. Nice to see you in there today. Donut Silks as well. Hello, Donut Silks. All right, here is Thomas Lewis. He's going to start us off. He likes the Pats here in this one. Mike likes the over. Patriots were one of the worst records, period. Tariq says he likes this one, maybe to go over here. Look, I think Ashton Genty, they better run him. They better. I want to see plenty of Ashton Genty today, it feels like. How about Bowers? Can he have a strong game today with Geno? Line Legacy remembers that great game in the snow, the tuck rule, and all that. Raiders money line here for Bobby Mack. And let's see here. Want to go with the Pats, but May might look good in the preseason here. But yeah, he has experience. 12 games as a starter now. And SF Niner says the Raiders here with Genty maybe can change, because I don't know if I like the Raiders. The one problem I have here is, yeah, you got Jacoby Myers, you got Trey Tucker. What are the Raiders really going to look like? Remember, they just released, or basically, we're going to bring back Cooper, but that wasn't going to work out with him. He retired. Raiders here for Jimbo, the Raider Nation for Doge, and Raiders for Dougie. A lot of Raiders here for sure. MT, hello, MT, thank you. Geno's going to check it down to Bowers. All right. Hey, I'm on the Patriots, you guys. Look, if Genty, it's easy to say, right? But you better run this ball with Genty. And, man, if he gets, I want to say a crazy number. I want to say like almost over 100 something, then maybe the Raiders could get this done. And, the Patriots don't. The Raiders have a pretty strong run defense. I mean, I got them probably top 5 run defense, and they don't, between Ramondre Stevenson and Trayvon Henderson, that's not a great situation, the Patriots. But look, I think Drake May, you talk about tight ends, I think he's got to look to Hunter Henry, get back to getting Hunter Henry involved a little bit. All right, I'm taking the Patriots. Next up, we've got the Cards taking on the Saints here in this one. And, man, the Cards are a huge road favorite in the division here against this Saints team. They're projected maybe to be the worst team in the league this season. But, hey, I'm not ready to go there necessarily with a fresh not a fresh start, but a new season. That's kind of, I don't know. I mean, 6.5 points. What are the Arizona Cardinals coming in here, a Super Bowl contender or something? Now, maybe just because of the Saints and Rattler recognized probably as the lowest rated starter in the league. But come on, I mean, even I could go out there and throw to these wide receivers and maybe look a little bit better even if I suck. When you've got Chris Olave, right? Not only just Chris Olave, but the one thing I love, I mean, I know always throw in my Southern Cal bias, but, you've got Olave, you've got Rashid, and you've got Vele, all three wide receivers from San Diego. I love that. You can't forget about Brandon Cooks, though, too. It's a tough matchup against Arizona for sure for Spencer Rattler, but when you've got those receivers, you might be able to overcome it. Still, Arizona, I think one of their strengths is shutting down passing games a little bit, or at least thwarting them. We know they have some other vulnerabilities. You can run all over the Arizona Cardinals, but Arizona can also grind it out here against the Saints as well. And I don't mind their passing game today, but between Marvin Harrison and Michael Wilson, can the Cardinals really cover a touchdown on the road? Let's see what you guys have here today between Arizona and New Orleans. In New Orleans, Spencer Rattler, come on. He's kind of built up some experience here a little bit. He's 0-6 as a starter, I know that. But Arizona, they're only been a road favorite 2 times in the last 3 years. They failed both of those times. For Murray here, 36-46 straight up as an NFL starter. Gannon just 12-22 in his 2 years so far with the Cards, and Cardinals have lost their last 3 season openers and allowing nearly 34 points per game in those starts. Saints have actually won their last 6 season openers, but the Saints are just 7-11 in their last 18 as a home dog. We'll see. I mean, you've got a guy like Kellen Moore here, right, who's been waiting for this opportunity, and you know what? He knows how to handle the quarterbacks here a little bit. So let's see what you guys have here in this one with the Arizona here. And over is 7-2 in the last 9 meetings between these two teams. And I think, it's just more of a reflection of, because we know that, you got teams of a similar ilk, it feels like, right? Of bad teams. So you wonder, like, they've got bad defenses, they've got mediocre offenses. Would it be some type of, and I don't like the fact that this total has gone higher. I mean, I wanted to play it kind of strong to the over, but it's moved from 42 to 44, and it's kind of making me balk a little bit. I might just have to make it my play here on the show. I kind of like it to go over. Actually, here we go with the Cardinals and the Saints in the chat. See what you have in this one with Kyler Murray to get over in his rushing yards. Mike likes the Cards. Barr likes the Saints. Kamara over in his receiving yards and can't trust the Rattler. All right. Cards team total over here. Rattler to throw a pick. And got OUQBs going out of here. Bobby Mack is on the over. And Ramon says, what did you have in the Patriots game? Tariq says, I went with the Patriots. I'm going with the Patriots. I know I got a late 2.5. Wouldn't do it as a premium, but I'm going to try the Patriots. Probably Moneyline's probably better, but, we try to give out the spread. Rattler over in his completions, but under in his passing yards. How about that? Nunya says Rattler to throw a pick. Rattler to throw some picks. Irish King likes New Orleans. Nuke talking here. And Niner says the play is the Saints. I'm going to go over in this one. I wish it was still. I mean, we always play the wishing game, but I'll go over with the Cards and the Saints. I just think the mediocrity of the teams is what will lead this one to be an over. All right, one last game in the opening block here with the Bucs taking on the Falcons, and this is probably one of the better matchups here. It feels like of these opening games, doesn't it? With the pick'em right now, and a little bit of Buccaneers favoritism at some spots right now. I think it might be safe to call them a 1-point favorite even here, but it was higher for sure coming in. So let's see. Well, you like it here with the Bucks going on the road here, taking on the Falcons here Sunday, last game of the 1:00 block out east, and we got for the Bucks here. They did close with 6 wins in their last 8 games, but Atlanta's always been a little bit of a trouble spot for the Bucks. They've actually covered just one of the last 6 games against Atlanta, going 1-4 straight up against the Falcons. Falcons were bumbling last year too, though, going 1-6-1 against the spread. Their last 8 games last season, dropping 6 of those last 8 games. Tampa went over in 4 of their last 5, but Atlanta did go under in 6 of their last 9, and 4 of the last 5 meetings between the two teams have gone over. There's Max. There's Max celebrating. I saw Norris there too, celebrating with his team a little bit. Okay, let's get into it here right now with these two and see what you got with Tampa Bay and Atlanta. Nice game, nice division game here. And, the one thing that was interesting that Penix, didn't really play in the preseason. And, it doesn't seem like he's the type of guy that really should be a guy that you probably want to give him some reps. He's not exactly a quarterback that would be worthy of sitting out. But for the Bucks here, they've gone 7-11 against spread as a road favorite coming into this one. The Bucks have won and covered 5 of their last 7 openers on the road. Baker Mayfield 20-17 straight up with the Bucks. Got a great coach here in Todd Bowles. He's still not a winning coach in his career, but he's guided the Buccaneers to a 500 record in his career, but whatever, they still always find a way to win this division. It feels like Falcons come in here 7-11 against the spread in division home games the last 18. They're also just 7-16 against the spread. Their last 3, the spread of 3 points or fewer. Penix started 3 games last year, just 1-2 overall. And Raheem Morris, just 29-47 straight up in his career as a head coach. And of course, he was with Tampa Bay and was fired after a couple of years, about a good 15 years ago now, 17-31 as Tampa Bay's head coach. So, okay, let's see what you have. Atlanta just 1-4 straight up in their last 5 home openers. The Falcons have won 3 straight in this series in close games. 9 of the last 12 meetings between these two teams have gone over. Let's see what you have in this one with the Bucks and the Falcons. Man, are we going to get this show over with today? I'm talking football. We're taking our time and loving it. All right. Atlanta Falcons for Thomas. VAR likes the Bucks. Twisted likes Atlanta. Jimbo's on Atlanta. Robert's on Atlanta. And here's Niner. And I think if I was going to look at today, right, one player here that maybe can really have the bust-out game. Can I say that? The breakout game here today. I feel like it is. I feel like it is going to be Emeka there to bust out here in this one. I mean, when you're across from Mike Evans, I would think that this is going to be we might see something here from Ibuka here today, especially with Baker against this Atlanta defense. He might be able to light this one up. I don't know if it's a difference maker in the game, but you just watch out for Emeka Ibuka here this season, I think. Robert likes the Falcons here, and Doge says go over. I agree, Doge. I'm going to go over. Let me just give out the play for me. I like the over in this one with Tampa Bay and Atlanta today. And SF Niner likes penicillin in his passing yards to go under. He meant Penix. But you don't want to type in Penix because that's what happens. We try to type in Penix and it changes it to something else. Next thing you know, you got giant, you got weird words on the screen. Tampa team total over 9. Legacy says the Bucks. Mr. Tomatoes, what did he say? He likes the Bucks here, maybe. And Twisted, I don't mind this Tampa Bay. I mean, look, we all know that they kind of get some momentum later in the season. All right. I think that's it from you guys. I'll take the over here in this one. All right, let's get to the afternoon games here real quick and keep on rolling. Then we're going to roll off some baseball plays and get on out of here. We know it's all about the NFL today. The NFL today. Bum, bum, ba, da, 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 bum, bum, ba, da, 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 da. Titans and Broncos here, and the Broncos are pretty popular today. Man, everybody loves the Broncos, especially in those Survivor tournaments here. And man, the Broncos are favored by 9, like they're the favorite to win the Super Bowl. Well, we know the Titans have had their own share of issues coming in, so they're trying to just get things turned around in the right direction right now. And Titans ended with a thump last year, getting crushed in all of their last 6 games straight up and against the spread. They got crushed. Denver 11-5 against the spread in their last 16 games. They covered the spread. Last 5 games at home, they're 5-0 against the spread, hosting Tennessee in last 5 meetings. 5 of the last 6 meetings between the two teams have gone under, but Tennessee went over in 5 of their last 7, but they were having problems. Spread defensively, Tennessee just 2-7 against the spread against Denver in the last 9 meetings between the two. Let's see what you guys have here. Tennessee and Denver today. Denver, are they really going to smash these guys like this and just come out blazing here? The Broncos, Tennessee struggled as a road dog, just 4-11 against the spread in their last 15. Also just 2-9 last year as a road dog. They were giving it up and turning it over every which way. But you know what? I like Cam Ward, man. I mean, a rookie quarterback on the road, going to be under fire here. But I like Cam Ward. Maybe not so much in this. I think he will exceed expectations in this game. I think there's enough people down on Ward or down on the situation of a rookie quarterback, and I don't think he's going to win this game. But when you got Calvin Ridley, when you got Tyler Lockett, I think that's the right combo for Cam Ward. And you're going up against a Denver team. I know, Denver, great defense, but they are kind of bend but don't break. I don't know if that's going to result in enough points for the Titans, but I might be willing to chance it here today. And for Denver, man, just run the ball against these Titans right now. But who is going to run the ball, right? They got J.K. Dobbins in there right now, and also they've got R.J. Harvey. So I don't know if you have the backs that you need to take advantage. I imagine we'll see both of those backs in there today. But you should be able to run against Tennessee. But, Tennessee, even when they were bad, they kind of are okay in the pass defense and muscling around a little bit. We know they kind of do pretty well shutting down tight ends. You got Evan Ingram in there. I don't know if I'm liking Evan Ingram necessarily today, but I also am not so hot on Cortland Sutton, on Mims. I mean, I'd almost take this Titans wide receiver group over the Denver wide receiver group today. I know you got to have Cam Ward throwing to him, and you got Bo Nix. I mean, that's an equalizer, if not certainly put it in Denver's favor. They're favored by 9 points, quote unquote, for a reason. But I don't know. I'd take Ridley to at least maybe match up as okay with Sutton statistically, and Lockett against Marvin Mims. Comparing the receivers a little bit. I don't know if these are great targets necessarily for Denver right now. So I don't know. Good luck covering 9 points. I'm sure they can do it, but I'm not so excited about it. Let's go to the chat and see what you guys have here in this one. Denver and the Titans. Last 4 meetings between these two have gone under. Let's go to the chat. See what you've got here. All right. Okay, I think I got it here. Oh, man, these guys are talking about Mateer looking good there for OU there, right? And we got Vars on the over. Broncos for Moneyline, Markel in there. Broncos roll this team by double digits. The Broncos to crush here at home today. Broncos are going to the Super Bowl. No, they're not. Those are Chargers. Did you see the Chargers are going to run through this division? All right, let's see here. Denver might be back, says MT. And Doge is happy, too, with the way the Broncos are looking here right now. Denver first half for Irish King. And let's see, Robert liking the under here. So do I, Robert. Let me just mark it down right now that I've given it out. Give me the under with the Titans and the Broncos. Mike likes it up there. 31-14 Broncos, it looks like. Lockett over in his receptions. Tariq says, give me a Bengals and Commanders. Teaser there. And let's see. That's it. Oh, Jim likes the Titans as well. I'm going under in that one. All right. We're doing pretty good here on time today. It's mostly about the NFL. We're going to rattle off some baseball plays here as well. 49ers on the road taking on the Seahawks. A good one here. Playing second fiddle to the big Lions-Pack game, but pretty good division battle here in this one with the Niners on the road. Question is, will CMC be able to make it through the whole game without getting injured? What's the over-under when he leaves the game here today? Second quarter, can he make it to the second half here? Today, look at me. That was weird how it popped up. But, you know, where there's smoke, there's fire when it comes to Christian McCaffrey, it feels like, game, doesn't it? I'm hoping for him, praying for him. But I watched last night. Brock Purdy, of course, started for the 49ers. I watched a high school game last night. I watched Brock Purdy's old high school play last night, and they lost. But it's not part of my handicap. I just want to mention that. All right.
System play.
Let me cover it Ramon style here with the Niners coming in here against the Seahawks today. San Francisco, of course, struggled down the stretch big time. So I guess, are they just turning it around here? They lost 7 of their last 8 games last year, went 1-8 against the spread, their last 9 overall. But now they've covered 5 of the last 7 against the Seattle Seahawks overall. Seahawks won 6 of their last 8, but failed to cover in 4 of their last 5 as their momentum was kind of, respected by odds makers. Seattle is just 1-6, however, in their last 7 games at home. San Francisco's gone over in 4 of their last 5 games coming in. Let's get it rolling, chat, and see what you guys have here, and I'll cover a few more tidbits about this matchup. For the 49ers here, Purdy's 27-15 as an NFL starter. The Niners 5-2-1 against the spread their last 8 NFC West road games, and they've gone under in 6 of their last 8 road openers. The Seahawks are just 8-15 against the spread at home in their last 3 years. That does not sound like a great home field advantage. Seattle just 4-8 against the spread in their last 12 division home games coming in, but they got Sam Darnold in here right now. That should stabilize things a little bit for the Seahawks, and you can run against this 49er defense with Kenneth Walker. I think Walker could be in tune for a big game here today. Now, Purdy's got great targets, of course, with Jawan Jennings, and I think Ricky Pearsall can be effective here in this matchup. But from there, I think you got to look to the running game of Seattle to kind of stabilize and settle things. That's the way I kind of feel about it here. San Francisco has won 6 of the last 7 in this series overall. Unders come in for the last 6, but the Niners have won and covered the last 3 trips up here to Seattle. Let's see what you guys have in the chat. And Should be a great day today, huh? All right, here we go. It's Seattle for VAR. And Thomas says, can he be healthy? 49ers, Tariq says 49ers are still better despite that stumble last season, late in the season. And don't forget, I mean, look, yeah, it's like, where are the receivers, right? Where are the 49er receivers here a little bit? Robert likes the 49ers here, and I think Niner likes the likes Pearsall. And Jim says, with the Salah back, they'll be better now. Get that defense shored up. All right, not a lot from you guys in this one. I'll take the over here with San Francisco and Seattle today. Give me the over as my play here. All right, let's get to the big one. Under for Jim. Whoops. Sorry, Jim. Didn't mean to step on you there. Irish King with Seattle. Get a few more plays in here. Let you type one or two more in. I'll get to the big game here, though. Now with the Lions taking on the Packers. Should be the game we're expecting. Great game here with the Lions on the road, taking on the Packers. Now, look, Micah Parsons is going to be in this game, and that's a big deal, it feels like to me, for the Lions. But, I mean, for the Packers. For the Lions, too. But problem is, for me, I'm worried about what the Packers are going to do offensively here in this game. I feel like they've got big problems here. Look, it's a good matchup for Jordan Love against the Lions, I think. Yes, the Lions are strong defensively, but I don't mind Jordan Love's matchup. It's just that look at the receiver room right now for the Packers. It's almost decimated here. You're going to have Jaden Reed. He's questionable. Dontavian Wicks is questionable. You've got Savion Williams questionable. So that leaves you with your receivers, Matthew Golden, who's been great. I mean, don't get me wrong. Matthew Golden is about to bust onto the scene here. It feels like the first rounder out of Texas. I mean, he should be awesome, but we still got to get him out there as a rookie in the first game and see what he has. And then from there, you got Romeo Doubs. And who else do you have, Packers fans? Let me know. I don't like the matchup at tight end with Kraft in there. I mean, the Lions do very, very well against tight ends. So maybe you got to get it to Kraft a little bit. Now, I'm worried about some of the matchup here for the Lions, but I just feel like they might be have enough, if you will, because they are the Lions after all. But the Packers are pretty strong against passing games, right? With they'll be able to harass Goff. I think Parsons going to be a big impact actually in this game. I'm not worried about some of the. He might be long term. He might be done. He might be a guy who's going to retire pretty soon with his health. But I think at least today I'm ready to go kind of a little bit on Parsons. But I just don't think the Packers have enough offensively here right now. I mean, Josh Jacobs, I'm not sure I'm ready to roll on him. I know that they'll try to use him a lot here for certain, but man, you got the Lions coming in here with one of the best players in the game, and Jahmyr Gibbs here right now, and little Monty in the backfield. Now, I think it will be tough for Brown, Williams, and Raymond, and don't forget Tisla in there as well. These are some great players, and Porta. Man, the Lions look good to me right coming into this game. But let's see the way you guys have it here with the Lions and the Packers today. I know I'm talking both teams up here a little bit, but I'm worried about what the Packers are doing. Maybe Golden, though, will have this breakout big-time game. He's going to need at least 2 touchdowns, I think. Okay, what do you have? The big one here. Get ready. I'll be ready to roll here. Let's cover a few tidbits, though. Here, the Lions, they've gone 24-10. A little bit of steam right now. Baseball steam coming in. Dodgers, Orioles steam to the under with Kershaw and Sugano, I believe, unless there's been a change. But steam to the under there. Dodgers and Orioles. We'll go over some baseball picks here in just a moment.
Final.
All right. For the Lions here, coming in, like I said, 24-10 against the spread the last two seasons. I mean, the last uh, 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 two seasons there. With Goff, he's 43-30. With Detroit now, and Detroit, I know the issue's been, we got new coordinators. I'm not as much worried about that as I am with some of these other things that I mentioned. The Lions were 11-2 against the spread in their last 13 as a road favorite, and that's only been over the last 2 years. They're also 8-1 against the spread in the division against. 8-1 against the spread in the division on the road. All these Lions, yeah, you could read them off. All of them, they just are all positive for the Lions for sure. Green Bay, they've been strong, man, winning seasons in 5 of their last 6. Got Jordan Love, certainly is a winner back there. It feels like whatever. It's had some trouble in some meaningful games. Detroit, Green Bay just 1-5 against the spread at home against division foes. Packers, though, 6-3 in their last 9 rolls as a home underdog. However, it really only happens once or twice a year. Detroit's won 5 of the last 6 games, and they've won and covered the last 3 trips there into Lambeau. 6 of the last 9 meetings have gone under between these two teams coming in. So Detroit, 12-4 against the spread. Their last 16 against Green Bay. It's been ownership actually for Detroit over Green Bay right now. Just 2-6 is Green Bay. The last 8 games at home against the spread against Detroit. Let's go to the chat. What do you think in the big one? Lions, Packers. Okay, let's see here. Tariq says, "What's your favorite dog today, Ramon?" Oh man, let me think of maybe a good dog that I'm on here so far on the show today, right? Because I think I've had all my dogs behind the paywall here. Oh boy, I'm balking, Tariq. I got dogs, but I've kind of made those the premiums. Maybe that'll help the over for VAR here. And Thomas ready for the Green Bay Packers and Micah Parsons. Robert's on the Lions here. Okay, let's see what else. Twisted's on the Lions. A lot of Detroit here. Lamont Williams, nice to see you in there. Tariq's on the Lions. Man, oh my. Everybody's on these Lions today. And look, maybe you could think Green Bay, they're favored in this game. It's kind of, and I'm on. Like I said, I think I'm on Parsons as far as the long term here in this situation. I know that he got traded, and then does he need to rest? Is he hurt? But look, he was limited in practice, but okay. Thomas said, Lamont says, Tampa money line. Mike's on Green Bay over, and Doge is on the Lions. All right. Hey, my pick in this game is going to be on the over here in this one. Come on. I got to go over in the big game of the day. Mr. Under is taking it over here with Green Bay and Detroit. What does Twisted say there? Oh, he's got his plays. Raiders, Seahawks, Lions, and Bills. Thank you, Twisted. Mike's got a wild one. I was concerned. I know on these totals, I thought a lot of them came a little high, but I still ended up on some overs here. All right, next up, last game of the afternoon, it's the Texans taking on the Rams. Hey, it's going to be return home for C.J. Stroud. Man, the guy was living with his parents on top of a storage facility. And the Texans are underdogs here by 3 to the Rams. I guess Stafford's going to be in there, huh? Yeah, of course. Maybe it was much ado about nothing. They love drama. Woo. They love drama. in LA. Now, CJ Stroud has a pretty good matchup here against the Rams for sure, but can his receivers get off with him? Nico and Jaden Higgins, making his debut with Christian Kirk sideline. So I'm kind of worried a little bit about the weapons for Houston here, but man, CJ Stroud feels like a winner to me, and he's got Dalton Schultz here on tight end day anyway. We know that Nick Chubb is kind of splitting time with Damian Pierce. Not a great matchup in the run game necessarily. I think it's going to be about C.J. Stroud here today. I think actually Stroud can maybe outplay Stafford here. Is Stafford, really cleared and ready to go, given what they were talking about, a healthy Stafford? Yeah, I think he's probably healthy. Probably just tries to avoid. We've seen this before from him. He's got he's got his own share of tight end action with Tyler Higbee, it feels like, here today. And I don't know, this total is reasonable here at 43.5. The Rams favored by 3. Let's see what you guys have in this one. And we're going to be, we have one more. We have the Sunday Nighter. So we're not done yet, but for the Texans here, they struggled down the stretch, going 1-4 against the spread, and 4-2 against the spread in their last 6 games. Not a struggle necessarily, but they've lost, gone 1-4 in their last 5 matchups straight up against spread against the Rams, but that's over about a decade or more. Rams finished hot, winning 6 of their last 8. They went 7-1 against the spread in those games, and they've won 10 of their last 14 games at home. They're really good against a number here of these home games, but let's see here with the Texans coming in, man. Stroud, I think he's great, but it is time to kind of kick it into gear here, right? It feels like for the Texans. A couple of back-to-back 10-7 seasons. They've won a playoff game each time, and Stroud's 21-15 as a starter. Houston has an opportunistic defense, that's for sure. D'Amico Ryans 22-16 as an NFL head coach, and the Texans are 6-3 against the spread as a road underdog. Last 2 years, though, the Rams also made the playoffs. Good record, but only one playoff win to show for the Rams. Stafford's been pretty terrific here with this team, and McVay has been a winner, of course. Rams are 8-12 against the spread as a home favorite. Let's see what you have here in this one, gang. Texans and Rams this afternoon. All right, here we go. We've got Mikey's got the over here. Var likes the Rams, but Doge likes the Texans. Markel's on the over. Tariq's on the Texans here. Irish King's got a bunch of plays. Atlanta Moneyline, Seattle Moneyline, Detroit Moneyline, Buffalo Moneyline. Texans for Robert. Thomas likes the Rams here. And Robert likes the under here in this one with the Rams and Texans. I'm actually going over, though. Not going against my guy Robert there, but I've got the over in this one. I think the under is a more popular play among top handicappers from what I've seen today, but I'm on a lot of overs. I'm worried about that because I thought the totals were high, but got to trust my numbers here at this point. I might be shaking my head tomorrow morning. I'm an under bettor. I think everybody knows that here, and I've got a few unders, but they're behind the paywall. Any game I didn't mention, maybe. All right, Jermaine here, Chubb under, and Texans plus points. Okay, I think we got it there. And let's get into the Sunday Night Football. Man, it's going to be a good one here tonight with the Ravens and the Bills in Buffalo. And, well, good thing it's not 20 degrees out because, well, look, Lamar, he's kind of getting used to playing in the cold weather games. Can't get the home field in Buffalo, but hey, you know what? This isn't December. This isn't January. It's going to be fine here, and that's where you want Lamar. Maybe is when the weather's fine. Look, the Ravens can give Josh Allen a lot of trouble here. If they shut down that run game, they can pin their ears back and get after him a little bit, making life difficult for Allen to get the ball out to Shakir and Coleman. And for Lamar, I think he's got a real good matchup here with these guys, with Zay Flowers and Rashad Bateman. I think it's a good situation here. Even D-Hop can thrive against this Buffalo defense. I think the wide receiver game is where it's at for the Ravens here today. Buffalo's got to really start to, it just feels like a difficult matchup for these guys right now in this situation with these two keep meeting up. Anyways, Buffalo here, 10-5 against the spread in their last 15 games. They've won 12 of those games straight up. Baltimore, though, 5-1 against the spread and straight up, of course, in their last 6 games to close out last year. Baltimore's gone over in 9 of their last 11 on the road, 14 of their last 19 overall. Buffalo's gone over in 4 of their last 5, but the series has gone under in 4 of the last 5 meetings. For the Ravens here, 22-12 against the spread in the last 2 seasons, and also Baltimore 14-5-2 in these close. Well, let's see. Let me get this one right. Buffalo 22-17 against the spread at home, but 19-5-1 against the spread of games with a spread of 3 points or less. Ravens have won 4 of the last 6 in the series. Of course, the Ravens lost that thriller last year, 27-25. It was a great game, and man, that was a lot of points. Let's see what you guys have here in this one. And the football's over. We'll rattle off some baseball plays and get out of here. Thank you for joining me on the Morning Steam Show. And we were talking football. That's what we did. Here we go. Favorite, I think, here for Mike is what he's saying. And let's see here. Ravens, money line, and under there for Doge. Tariq says Ravens and Allen Henry, anytime parlay, anytime TD parlay. Robert's on the Ravens, Barr's on the over. I'll give you guys one more minute or two, but man, could I really take another over in a game that's lined at 50 in Sunday Night Football? I'm gonna be feeling the heat tonight, probably on the live stream broadcast, but we'll be here tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 Pacific for the live stream game. The Ravens and the Bills tonight. Should be awesome to hang out with the guys here on the live stream companion show tonight. Okay, that's it for the football. And let's go quickly to the major leagues. Like I said, we're not. I always say we're just going to give out the picks, and then I got to, look through them a little bit here, make sure there wasn't any changes or anything. I just can't rattle them off. Got to look at the pitching a little bit and make sure I didn't screw anything up with the, calling out the picks, but I'm probably going to go pretty fast here. I think we've got them all lined up here in the major leagues with the Mariners. Oh, let me change that. Actually, I got to type in the new pitcher here for the Braves, we said, right? Who did I say it was, guys? Sorry about that. Joey Wentz in there instead of Strider, instead of Waldrop. Who knows who's going to be in there? Waldrop was yesterday, but okay, here we go. Mariners and Braves here today with Castillo. He's going up here against Joey Wentz for Castillo. 3.94 ERA, 28 starts, an 8-8 record. 3.94 ERA and a 3.04 BABIP here for Castillo. And Wentz has seen plenty of action here, certainly. Seattle's won 12 of the last 18 meetings. They still have gone 2-11 on the road in their last 11 games overall, but the Braves have dropped 6 of their last 9 coming in. But hey, we're still gonna track these Mariners here ahead in the wild card by 1 game right now over the Royals, who have won 3 straight. Pressure is on, it feels like, here right now. Atlanta's gone under in 6 of their last 8, 5 of the last 6 meetings. Between these two teams have gone under. Let's see what you guys have. You ready to go here today with these These two, this one I got to crunch here real quick because of the pitching change. I'm kind of wavering here a little bit. I forgot, the pitching change came while we were on the show, and my numbers reflect the other pitcher. So, all right. All right, and look, I got to update the total on the screen because it's pretty much 10. There we go, 10. I'll just call it 10. And oh man, and the and the Mariners are favored here, by the way, without Strider now, which is funny because Strider. I didn't even look. Is Strider having a problem? I'll have to cover it tomorrow here a little bit. Mariners about $1.15 here right now. But Mariners struggling for sure on the road. I don't know if I want to trust them now as a road favorite necessarily, but all right, so you guys see what you got here, and if anything. Mets and Dodgers there. Robert's on the Mariners here now with that late pitching change, right? Maybe that's, you got to look to that a little bit. Man, that 10, it just really, really going to be pounding this thing. Man, that's a pretty big number. All right, I'm going to roll here. I'm going to go against, not against Robert, but I'm going to try the Braves here even with the Wentz here. I know that the Mariners here were able to, what was it yesterday? Get the score right there. Mariners got it done yesterday against Waldrop, but they're still struggling on the road. So I'm gonna take the Braves here. Okay. Next up, we've got the Guardians here and the Rays, and you got Messick here has looked pretty good, this left-hander so far, but good pitching matchup here today. Going up against Rasmussen. We're getting some steam here right now with Toronto and the Yankees steam to the under. Man, this thing opened 8.5. I think we're down to 7.5 here at some spots. We're getting lower here for sure. Toronto and Toronto and the Yankees. Okay, real quick here right now, we're going to go with the Guardians here on the road. And Messick here. Cleveland, they've won 4 out of the last 5 against Tampa Bay, but they've lost 8 of their last 11 on the road. Tampa Bay here has gone 7-2 overall in their last 9 games. They've won 6 of their last 8 games at home coming in, but Messick has looked good so far. 5 of the last 6 meetings between these two teams have gone under when playing here. 11 of the last 14 games overall have gone under. And, well, you know what I'm doing. I'm going under here. It's a juice to the over here. You can find 8.5s out there at juice to -115. Give me the under here with Cleveland and Tampa Bay. Brewers and Pirates with a good pitching matchup for sure here with Wizarowski. I got to write for some reason I don't have the pitchers typed in here on this particular game, but against Bubba Chandler, and I think everybody's looking forward to seeing Bubba Chandler get this start against the Brewers here today, making a good game out there between these two. And you got the Brewers are favored on the road, $1.45 or so, and the total is it's gone down here even to 7.5 over 20. So 8 under 25 looks okay, but we'll see what happens here with Chandler going for the Pirates today. Pretty exciting. All right, get sick here. Let's look at some of the trends here for sure with these two. And let's see what we got in this matchup for the Brewers here. They come in having beaten Pittsburgh in 7 straight games now. Brewers won 5 of their last 6 on the road. They beat Pittsburgh in 8 of their last 11 games. So good to see Chandler out there, but the Brewers continue to be on a roll. Pittsburgh's still hot. They've won 7 of their last 9 at home and 11 of their last 16 games overall. And Wizarowski, we know, has kind of struggled here, hit the wall there after just a few starts. His ERA is all the way up here now to 4.5. Chandler makes his first start, 2.25 ERA. Should be exciting today to see him out there for sure. Baseball game worth watching. See Bubba Chandler today. Let's see what you guys have in this one, if anything. Did I miss the picks of the last game? I know, like I said, we're going to whip through these pretty good. Atlanta there for Irish King. All right, not much from you guys here, but I'm going under with Milwaukee and Pittsburgh today. Give me another under here with these two pitchers starting this one. Next up, here's the Blue Jays taking on the Yankees. Talk about a big game here today with the Blue Jays on the road with Max Scherzer. Right now, Yankees are still 3 games back of Toronto here right now, but with Toronto losing yesterday and the Yankees grabbing a win, they're trying to inch a little bit closer here with Max Scherzer on the mound for the Yanks here. They come in having won 10 of their last 13 overall, 5 of their last 6 games at home, but Toronto's won 7 of the last 9 meetings now between these two teams that can have their number, it feels like, right now. All right, I have a little technical issue here. All right, here we go. All right, so Toronto, their bats have been on fire here, obviously, of late, and Yankees been struggling for sure. Both bullpens have kind of been out of control here of late, and Max going out there serving it up big time right now. Like I said, this total was down too. It's 8. Okay, I said 7.5, but I think 8 over 15 looks like the right number. Maybe 8.5 under 25, but maybe like I thought. Maybe I was like, wow, 7.5 the way these guys are going. And we do have a little bit, I think we got a note here coming in. Oh, no, the note is that Max will start. The note is that Max will start. So, all right, let's see what you have, though, here in this one with Toronto and the Yankees. That steam came in on the over, but I'm not buying it. I want to go over in this one. Oh, look at this. Trevor talking tennis today. Do you think Sinner is going to win today? Sinner might have that extra edge, if you know what I mean, to get the win here. But remember, it was just a few weeks ago that these two met in Cincinnati. Remember, Sinner had to retire. He was down 5-0 in the first set, had to retire with a little bit of an injury. I mean, he's shaking that off, obviously. A little bit of breaking news here that Kyle Tucker will be out of today's game here for the Cubs. We'll talk about that in just a moment. But Tucker's going to be out here again with that calf injury. That just in.
Critical notice.
Also, Pete Crow Armstrong, he's also out of the lineup today. We saw him leave the game there with that knee injury. So no Tucker, no PCA today as the Cubs host Washington. All right, so where I lost my train of thought here. New York, look, I'm going over. We're going fast. I forgot it's Sunday. We're going over in this one, Blue Jays and the Yankees. All right, going over. Dodgers today, Kershaw on the mound going up against Sugano here in this one. Man, almost a no-hitter there yesterday. That was wild, wasn't it? Sugano's 8-16 to the under so far this season, 10-7 coming into this one. And Kershaw, he's terrific, man. 3.28 ERA, 1.17 WHIP, 2.78 BABIP, 9-2 record. Dodgers are 12-6 with Kershaw on the mound. He's not overdoing it. He's not trying to do too much. He's just doing a great job. Is Clayton Kershaw. So that was bizarre yesterday. They said it never happened, right? Took a no-hitter in the bottom of the 9th inning with a 3-0 lead. Lost the game 4-3. The Dodgers can't get out of their own way. But the Padres can't capitalize either. Every day the Dodgers are playing first, they lose, and then I watch my Padres lose. They can't catch them. Dodgers have lost 5 straight. At least Padres won yesterday's game. They're currently just 1 game back here in the standings. And the way the Dodgers are playing, you're going to trust them to be a $1.60 favorite against an Orioles pitcher here in Clayton and Sugano, who, he's got the 4.41 ERA, but the Orioles, who, can you say? They're not very good. They're 16-10 with Sugano on the mound. So, all right. Well, maybe I'll just kind of roll with the total here a little bit in this one with the Dodgers and Baltimore. I mean, Baltimore's gone under in 7 straight games at home, and the total's 9. Might be. I better put it 8.5 over because I'm going to pick the under, but I'll put 8.5 over 15. I'm going under. I'm going with all totals here. I better find some sides here right now. All right, here's the Phillies. We did get the Marlins pitcher here. It's Phillips going. So after the Marlins, going to be probably a bit of a bullpen game here. I think Phillips might be an opener here for Walker today. Current line is 140 for the Phillies on the road and 9 over 15. There we go. Bring that up here a little bit. And so for the Phillies, got to keep it going here right now. If you're the Phillies, considering, we see them right now, a 3-game winning streak, looking pretty good. They're still trying to chase down Milwaukee for that best record, but they're well clear right now. They feel like maybe they found their position for the postseason. Sorry, you guys in the chat there a little bit. We're kind of whipping through this, so I don't know. People not going to come in too much with the picks here, maybe in this one, but all right. For the Phillies here, I got to just take them on the road as a favorite. I'm going to take the Phillies here with Walker, with Taijuan Walker in there right now. Oops, let me get the line back up there a little bit. Yeah, I'm going to roll with the Phillies in this one with Miami. All right, next up, the Mets and Sproat. Sproat going here for the Mets for Sproat. Brandon Sproat makes his major league debut in here from the University of Florida. 4.43 ERA this season in the minors for Green here. 15 starts, 2.7 ERA, and a whip of under 1. So you know that Green can deal here. The Mets continue to remain hot with the bats and been pretty steady of late here with the pitching as well. But do have Hunter Green here going, and slight favorite, probably because of going up against a rookie pitcher. I'm seeing it up to about $1.20, $1.25 here. Total 8.5 in this one, with the Mets taking on the Reds here today. All right, let me make my call here in this one with the Mets taking on the Reds, and look at a few of the trends here with these two for sure. For the Mets, they've lost 4 of their last 6 against Cincinnati, although Cincinnati has gone just 4-11 overall in their last 6 games. I got to think this one's probably going over today. Give me the over here with the Mets and Cincinnati. The Mets bats are hot. They can probably still get to Green a little bit. I mean, love Green here, but man, can I really get on this rookie? Kind of want to. All right. Let's see here. Okay, I think that's fine. Here we go. White Sox and Tigers today. Martin and Morton going here in this one with the White Sox and the Tigers here. White Sox are hot. They've won 6 of their last 7. Tigers have lost 8 of their last 12. We know these Tigers are struggling, and the White Sox are hot. What's going on here with these teams like that? For Morton here comes in with an ERA of 5.51. Meanwhile, Martin, 4.06. All right, we got to take the White Sox here, keep it going. They've had their best momentum of the season right now, and maybe we'll just grab a little run line with the White Sox here today, right? Plus 1.5 at minus $1. 35. Ooh, oh well. I'm committed to it. Give me the White Sox here on the run line. We're going quickly here. Minnesota and Kansas City now.
Lineup.
Oops. Oh, man, let me make sure I got this right. Minnesota and Kansas City now. Bailey Ober on the mound, 5.23 ERA against Lorenzen here, 4.54 ERA coming in for Minnesota. Here they've lost 6 straight right now. Kansas City's beaten Minnesota in 9 of their last 10 meetings here in Kansas City. 13 of the last 16 meetings between these two teams have gone under. Minnesota's been going over, but Kansas City's gone under in 12 of their last 15 games at home. So I got to go with Kansas City in this one at $1.35. Give me the Royals here. It's down to $1.30 or lower, actually, and I'll take the Royals today for sure.
Final.
Against Minnesota. Thank you in the chat, everybody. Don't forget, comment. You might win the subscription here at the end of the show. We're going to do a drawing here in just a minute. Maybe someone will win the plays here today. If you're interested, just type something in the chat. Most of you already have today. Got, I think, 20. Is that it? 20? Is there a problem here with this thing? If you haven't, make sure you type something in. Want to make sure we get everybody in there. Giants here taking on the Cards. And, we saw, in yesterday's game, the Cardinals were able to finally pull one off. They did it with some good pitching from Palante and company here. So let's see what you have. The Giants come in here having won 11 of their last 13 overall. The Cards have won 6 of 9, but the Giants have won 6 of 7 on the road. Just mentioned Kansas City. I've got him, but Bobby Witt Jr. is not in the starting lineup today. That's just coming in. Bobby Witt Jr. is out of the starting lineup. Well, I'm still on Kansas City, but okay. 8 of the last 10 meetings between these two teams have gone over, including 6 of the last 7 here. I'm going over with San Francisco and St. Louis here today. All right. Mike, you like the Twins? Thank you. We're cruising along here, going pretty fast. So Cubs have major problems with this lineup today. I don't think they're $1.85 anymore. Oh my gosh, they're going up in price. That's with 2 stars out of this lineup. I'm on the Nationals here today. We can grab on the run line here. Like I said, PCA is out. Kyle Tucker is out today. I'm going to be on the Nationals. They're minus $1.35 on the run line, but I'm going to take them here. Give me the Nats on the run line today with these players out for the Cubs today. Nats are terrible. We know that, but I just think the price doesn't look like it's adjusted at all for 2 very, very strong players. No doubt. Now, maybe it was built in because we knew PCA. That looked pretty serious last night. And Tucker's been missing some time, but are they still really a $2 favorite over anybody here with Washington? I know Washington, they've won 4 of their last 5, don't forget. 11 last 16 have gone under at home for the Cubs. 4 of the last 5 have gone under overall between these two teams. All right, Astros here now taking on the Rangers. A couple left-handers here with Valdez going up against Corbin here in this matchup. For Valdez here, he comes in with a ERA of it's Valdez, right? Or it's Garcia? Yeah, it's Valdez. Oops. Make sure I enter in Valdez in here. So Valdez has moved up to this spot, and Corbin here, we've been pretty good at home, actually, with his numbers here. And I don't know, this total, we got another 8.5 in a game between Houston and Texas here. It is juiced to the under, but I'm going under in this one with Houston and Texas. I mean, come on. Padres taking on the Rockies. Hey, the Padres were able to break through yesterday. They are a huge favorite today at $2.40 now. It's gone up. But, that's a pretty high price, even for these Padres. Dylan Cease on the road here. Let's call it $2.40. And the total, it has gone down here for sure. It's 11 under 20. And I think it's going to be an under here, actually. Give me the under with the Padres and the Rockies here today. We're going quickly. Hope that's okay. A couple more games left here with the A's taking on the Angels. The show is almost over here with Severino on the mound. 25 starts, 4.65 ERA. We know Severino does a pretty good job limiting the power game for the Angels here. You do have Ferris going in his first debut. In his first game, went 5 innings, 1 earned run, 3 strikeouts. Did pretty good. Did Ferris. But let's see what you have here with the Athletics. Look, A's here are a road favorite. That doesn't seem like a great thing, but about $1.20 here, and the total 9.5 under right now in this one. Man, I got to go under here with this. I'm sorry, I got to go over here in this matchup today with the A's. Over. Let me make sure I get it right. I know I'm talking fast. Over with the Athletics and the Angels today. And no Sunday Night Baseball here with football starting. So we got the Red Sox taking on the Diamondbacks here in this one this afternoon. Red Sox on the road with Brian Bello coming into this one. Bello comes in here with the ERA of 3.07, 274 BABIP. He's 14-10, or he's 11-6 this season for Ryan Nelson. 7-3, 3.57 ERA. Coming in, so closely rated game for sure today between these two. See what you I'm not gonna see what you guys have. Nobody's commenting anymore. Ready to get this show on the road. I've got the under here with Boston and Arizona. A lot of totals today here. Free plays on the show. Please, for the WNBA coverage, go over to winnable. I'm sorry. Tony's Picks YouTube channel. Check out the 2-3 zone with myself, Justin McKelvey, Ron Crawford for the WNBA today. We're going fast because it's NFL Sunday, and we're going to wrap up the show here by the bottom of the hour. So really thank you for joining me today. We're going to do a contest here in just a moment. Really appreciate you watching here today.
It's your boy, Mikey Money. I'm inviting you to join the Sports Money crew on Winnable. Get all of our premium best bet selections.
For a low monthly cost, you get the very best bets delivered instantly to your phone by text the moment they're locked in. No delays, no missed lines, just the smartest plays at the best odds.
We do the work, you get the plays sent straight to your phone right when you need them.
Don't wait, don't guess, don't miss the line. Join the winning team today and start cashing tickets with Winnable.
And let's do the drawing right now. See who's going to win that contest today. And if you win, you can use the promo code WINNER to get a free month of my high volume plays over at winnable.com. It's Lamont Williams. It was great to see you again, Lamont. Go over to winnable.com/Ramon and use the promo code WINNER for 1 month of my free plays over there, my high volume plays over there at winnable.com/Ramon. Really appreciate that. And that's going to do it for the Morning Steam Show. Really appreciate you guys joining me here today. We'll be back tomorrow, 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 Pacific, but I'll actually be back tonight with the guys and the coverage tonight from Buffalo with the Ravens and the Bills. All right, that's going to do it. Man, 2 hours, and feels like we really just blew through it. Wish I could be here several hours with you guys, but hopefully you guys have a great sports betting day. Appreciate you checking me out. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe to our channel, Sports Money Network. And for the Sports Money Network, I'm Ramon Scott. So long.
100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice or might play a parlay. It's the Morning Steam. What? Ramon Scott. Sports money. What? Wake your ass up and let's get to